It's Real Ones Inc. Today we are back for you guys. We're going to be giving 10 tips for incoming college freshmen. Help you guys out, get some success with the new year.
Tip number 1, the fastest way to make friends in college, be an athlete. Now obviously, if you're an athlete, you're part of a team, and your teammates you're obviously going to be cool with because like one of your biggest common interests is whatever sport you could be playing. Like for instance, you know what I'm saying, basketball team. So that's one of the easiest ways to make friends, you know what I'm saying, because it's easy conversational starter. If you're in my position where you're a taller guy, you know, people are going to automatically going to ask you, you know, what sport do you play or whatnot, and then boom, start a conversation. Then additionally, if you're part of a team, you already have upperclassmen who already been here, know all the, you know, this and that's where, you know, the cool spots on campus, so they're going to help you out, you know what I'm saying? And additionally, your upperclassmen's gonna get you plugged up with parties, that's for sure. They're gonna let you know, like, hey, we're gonna run up this spot, we're gonna hit up this crib for, you know, soccer girls throwing a party or whatnot, or whatever fraternity. Now let's say you're not an athlete. Oh no! Is it over? No. Here's what you do. Become best friends with an athlete, because they know all the hookups, all the plugs, and where to go. Because obviously, you know, their upperclassmen buddies are gonna tell them. Now let's say you're in a unique position where you're not an athlete, you're not friends with any athletes, well then just join the club. There's plenty of intramural programs. College is all about, the whole point of college is obviously give you a good education, but additionally colleges want a strong alumni association. So there are plenty of programs, clubs, meetings, all types of, even fraternities too, all types of places where you can go and meet people. So you know what I'm saying? But definitely for that first day, find an athlete.
Tip number 2, it is going to be balance of sleep within your work life. And by this I mean, like, it's just really important, you know, you're coming to college for the first time, the workload's going to be higher than it was in high school. You know, some people have to work while they're in school. It's definitely a difficult time in your life, and finding time to sleep is definitely going to be super important. You want to make that time in your life definitely something to prioritize. It'll definitely, you know, it helps with grades, just helps your overall quality of life. So sleep, super important tip. Definitely make sure to get your sleep.
Tip number 3, dress for success. It's overstated a lot, but in reality, there are a lot of times in college where you're going to be tempted to just throw on sweats and whatever. And that's not bad, but just make sure you're presentable, because you never know who you're going to meet, whether it be a teacher you want to impress, a possible recruiter for an internship or a job, or even just people you want to hang out with. You always want to look your best and feel your most confident.
Tip number 4, relationships, no bueno. Now if you have your lucky lady who you've had since high school, you know, you went to prom together, enjoyed all these beautiful things, it might be time to cut her off, I'm not gonna lie. Because when you hit college, there's a whole new plethora of women, men, all types of things, whatever you're into. There's so many different people, and bringing in that high school sweetheart might not be the greatest, might not be the greatest idea. Because if you're single, the party's gonna hit different. Walking to class, flirty, you can do all that. So tip number 4, no relationship.
For tip number 5, it is going to be balance of fun and business. By that I mean, of course, you know, you're college for the first time, you know, parties every weekend, there's going to be a lot of social life stuff to do, but you definitely want to find the sweet balance of, you know, going to those parties, having fun on the weekend, but also some weekends you got to take it, you know, don't hit the party, don't hit the club, you know, make sure you get your homework done on time, make sure you stay ahead on your stuff. If you definitely, you know, prioritize school and then have fun second, you're going to have a really good time in college while you're doing, you know, being very successful at it at the same time, and definitely key.
Tip number 6, don't get pregnant. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to do college with a kid, but it sure as hell is a lot easier to do college without a kid. I'm not saying that, I'm not out here trying to put down other people, I'm just trying to tell reality. And shout out to all single mothers out there making it through the odds. Y'all keep pushing, like it's always light at the end of the tunnel, but always make sure to weigh the odds, like pros and cons, and make sure that you smoothly get through college and put yourself up for success.
Tip number 7, notes. A really great way when it comes to college, studying is very important. And also, the first step to great studying is great notes. So find out what works for y'all. For me personally, I like to use multicolored pens to mix it up, so I just so I'm not I don't get lost in my own notes. I also like to put really good spacing between bullet points. Additionally, I like to print out pictures to put into my notebook, which really just helps because I'm a very visual learner. So tip number 7, notes.
And for tip number 8, nutrition. So nutrition is going to be super key coming into college. I know it's you're not going to have mom or dad cooking for you, and that's what a lot of people are used to from the earlier years in life, and you're on your own for the first time for a lot of people. And it's really important to remember you have to feed your body correctly and properly. Make sure you stay very hydrated. You want to take care of your physical health while you're in college, and don't let it get beyond you. Don't be junking out too much on the fast food, the snacks, and all that good stuff. Try to make sure you get your 3 meals a day, healthy meals. Make sure you get plenty of water, and just generally speaking, take care of yourself.
Tip number 9, be authentic. You can smell fakeness a mile away, and in all honesty, it's better to be the real version than the fake version. You put up a lot of facades sometimes to fit with different crowds, but sometimes you gotta recognize that the person you are next week, next month isn't always gonna be the same. You're constantly changing in college, but just make sure to always be you.
For our final tip, just have fun. End of the day, college is really expensive, really stressful, and a lot of work. But at the end of the day, it's a huge payoff. It's gonna get you really paid in the future. And if you do it right, you might have some lifelong friends.
Welcome back to Rule and Zinc. This is DP. And today Rule and Zinc will be giving y'all some advice for incoming freshmen. I know we're about to start a new school year, so we want to give you our 9 best tips for your first year of college. That's it?
That's literally, you hit every point I did not want.
From the bottom.
Tip number 4, you fucked up the camera.
Fucked up the camera.
Tip number 4, relationships. No bueno. When you're going into college, it's a whole new experience. It's really just a tired, fucked up. Do it again.
Bro, just stop jerking off.
So tip number 4, relationships, no bueno.
Nah. Sabotaging this tip. Probably not. I wasn't gonna say something.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say some shit like in my own personal experience, this and that. But then
Screenshot it, cut it out, and just paste it into my notebook. That was terrible. Redo that.
Tip number 6, if at all possible, can be avoided, don't be pregnant. Fuck. Alright.
Let me give you a cue card.
Tip number 6, don't get pregnant. It's a lot easier to do college without a kid. It should be avoided at all costs. I'm like, kids are evil. Kids are the devil.
Oh my god.